Welcome into Mavericks Today by Chat Sports, presented by Prize Picks. Jeffrey Cooperstein here. So excited for you guys to be joining me live here on day one of NBA free agency. It's going to be a very busy days, weeks, maybe even a month for the Mavericks or so, as the Dallas Mavericks look to upgrade this roster after the NBA draft into NBA free agency and to start the Cooper Flag, Dusty May, and Mo Johnson era here in Dallas. Welcome into the show. My name is Jeffrey Cooperstein. For at least the next couple of hours or so, we will be taking you through everything that is happening here in the NBA. This free agency officially kicks off 1 hour from now, and we are going to have you covered with everything surrounding not just the Mavs, but the NBA as well. We're going to have you guys giving you the lowdown on every signing, every trade that is made here in the NBA over the next couple of hours or so. And of course, the Mavericks make a move. We are going to have a video right here on the channel. As we always start, make sure you shout out your city and let me know where you're watching from down in the comment section. We are live at the Chat Sports Studios here in Dallas, Texas, about a mile away from the American Airlines Center, where the Mavericks will be playing for at least the next 4 to 5 seasons or so, hopefully longer than that, but it doesn't sound like that's going to be the case. My guy Jonathan Soto in the chat. I see my guy Sean Schultz in the chat as well. Ryan Weiss, JMG, let's go, baby. Let me know where you're watching today's show from. We do have action in the World Cup as well, with France and Sweden just kicking off. So if you're watching the World Cup, we will have you up to date with that as well. My guy Sean Schultz watching from Mesquite, Texas, just up the road. We got Soto in Melbourne, Florida. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. We got Bleed. What up? JMG says we need to be somewhat aggressive. Could not agree more. Hopefully the Masai Ujiri will be aggressive, and I sort of think that he will be. I don't know what that all entails, but hopefully they will be able to be aggressive as well. I see Luke Burns watching from Euless, Texas. I see James watching from Arlington. We got Menji saying, go Norway. Yes, big win for the Norwegians over at Cowboys Stadium against the Ivory Coast. Norway advancing to the round of 16 of the World Cup here, and we'll see if France can take care of business against Sweden. That should be a fun game as well. Appreciate all the 70 people in the building already. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon if you haven't already, for a free and easy way to help out the channel. We continue to shout out your city down in the comment section and let me know where you're watching from. We are going to break down every move that has happened. Yes, we will talk the Kawhi Leonard trade as well. Do not fret. We will discuss that, as it does seem like Kawhi Leonard is nearing a deal to rejoin the Toronto Raptors. So let me tell you guys about Prize Picks, and then we will discuss that. I just need to get a tweet out as well. Make sure you go follow me over on Twitter at Jeff_Coop27, and we are going to tweet this stream out. Make sure you go retweet the stream as well so we can get more people involved here. Let me do it. Talking Mavericks free agency day one. Come out. #MFFL. Throw the link and bang. All right. We got a bunch of real ones here in the chat. I see USA better win. Oak Cliff, America from my guy Keith. Rowlett, Texas from Marty. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina from Manji. I absolutely love Myrtle Beach. Is there a top free agent target for the Mavs, says King Matt? King Matt, that's a great question. My answer would be one Marvin Bagley. And yes, I know that's kind of cheating because he has already been on the Dallas Mavericks, but that's okay. That's okay. I think re-signing Bagley would be my top priority for the Mavericks here in 2026 NBA free agency. All right, let's tell you about our sponsor of today's show, our presenting sponsor of today's show, which is Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Make sure you go get started today with Prize Picks. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks is super easy to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you can cash in. Like I said, you can play in all 50 states. Super easy to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. I am taking the more on Harry Kane to score a goal tomorrow and the more on Christian Pulisic, our boy, to get a goal or an assist in the United States game versus Bosnia tomorrow. You can go copy these picks over on the social feeds feature or go make picks of your own. Just please do it over at PrizePicks. Download the app. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That link I'm putting in the live chat right now so you guys can go get started over there today. There it is. Marty, that is absolutely something we are going to discuss here today as well. We will discuss that here today as well. All right. Got that up. I do want to talk about Scoot Henderson as well. But first, I want to ask you, what is the first move the Mavericks will make in free agency? First move the Mavericks will make. Predict it down in the comment section as we start to discuss some of the moves that the Mavericks are going to make. I see my guy Jake. I see Irving. Shout out to Irving. That's where I was born. My birthplace. I was born in Irving, Texas, the Baylor Hospital right there on MacArthur. I need to get my guy Sean Schultz super chat up on screen as well. Here we go. Sean Schultz. Good to see you, Coop. Ready to get better. Sean Schultz, it's always good to see you, my friend. And hopefully this Dallas Mavericks team can get better. That is the goal indeed. Marty, I got Ray fan watching from Dallas, Charleston, West Virginia, from Dallas Nelson, Brooklyn, New York, by way of DTX, says Eric Roberts. I'm seeing a Scoot Henderson trade from Jake. I would love a Scoot Henderson trade. Look, the John Morant trade certainly threw a wrench into things for the Trailblazers, and I could see them potentially selling low on Scoot, and I would take the flyer on Scoot Henderson if I'm being honest. I really would, because I think Scoot is a guy that has a high upside. He still averaged 14 a game last season, and I would be someone that would be keeping an eye on Scoot Henderson. Let me pull up his stats here because I do have them for you guys. And look, here's what Scoot did last year for the Blazers, where he averaged 14.2 points, 4 assists, shot 42% from the field, 35% from 3. I would be interested in bringing in Scoot. Now, what are you giving up for him? Can you get him for nothing? Can you get him for Caleb Martin and a pick? If that's the case, 100%. But I think they're going to hold on to Scoot and get more value than that. Look, I don't know what the Mavericks would have to offer Portland to get Scoot. If he is available, though, that is absolutely something that I would end up doing. It is. That is something that I would end up doing. In case you missed it, the Kawhi Leonard news did become not official, but almost announced, if you will, as they have agreed in principle to a deal, the Clippers and Raptors, to send Kawhi Leonard to the Toronto Raptors in exchange for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a pick swap. So Kawhi Leonard is heading back to Toronto, where he won the 2019 NBA championship, and that'll be something else. Toronto gets a lot better. The Clippers, I think, get a lot worse. My guy Moussa Cisse Glazer, what a name that is. Shout out to Noah Turner as well in the chat, my guy. I would love to see Norm Powell in Dallas. Norm Powell, that'd be interesting. Look, he's going to get more than his fair share, though. I think he's going to get $20 million plus in free agency. So I'm not sure that's a super viable candidate there for the Mavericks. I like Norm Powell, though. Made the All-Star team last year. Fell off a cliff, though, in the second half of the season. Re-sign Bagley, says Eric Lewis. I want to do that as well. I really would love to re-sign Marvin Bagley, and hopefully the Mavericks can get that one done. I would love to see Dwight Powell retire, says Brian Smith. Yeah, I think I would love that as well, Mr. Brian. I would love to see Dwight Powell retire as well. I really would. Look, I just don't think that we need Dwight Powell anymore on this roster. We really don't. And I'm tired of seeing him on the team. He's the longest tenured Maverick. Thank you for your services as a Maverick, but Dwight, it's time to go, brother, man. It's time to go. Noah says teams are hesitant to trade for Daniel Gafford because of his long-term contract. I don't think they're hesitant to trade for him because of his contract. I think they're hesitant to give up a first-round pick for him. That I do believe. Noah Turner. I do believe that. By the way, as you saw, any super chat will get you on screen right here next to me. So if you have a comment, a question about the Mavericks, as my guy Jonathan Soto, right on cue, comes in with the super chat, we'll get you up on screen and talk about this squad. Any super chat is greatly, greatly appreciated. Not required whatsoever, as they go right back to helping out the channel, allowing us to go live and do things like this. All you do if you want to send a super, rectangular little box with the money sign in it, you can select your amount, put your message in there, throw it in there. But if you can't super chat, that is more than okay. All I ask is you hit that thumbs up icon for me. Soto, I will get you up on screen right now. Peyton Paget says, I want Luka back. You and me both, Peyton. You and me both. Project 2028. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking forward to. Cason Wallace says, Mike, there was a rumor that Cason Wallace could be potentially leaving Oklahoma City. So that could be possible. That could definitely be possible. Why does Ingram get traded so much? I would love him for the Mavs. I think Brandon Ingram's a really good player. He's a 22-point-a-game guy. That just is what he is. My guy, Jonathan Soto, coming in with the $5 super chat says, why do NBA teams give up such a ridiculous amount of draft capital for players? They treat the draft as if it doesn't matter. Yeah, except for one guy, right? Again, 35-year-old Kawhi Leonard, who turned 35 yesterday, just went for more first-round picks than Luka Doncic. He just went for more first-round picks than Luka. What more can I say? What more can I say? Every single trade that is made in the NBA makes the Luka Doncic trade look like the worst one in NBA history. My guy, Jamarion West, in the chat as well. Appreciate you. Verotis says, don't re-sign Khris Middleton. I don't believe the Mavericks are going to re-sign Middleton. I think he's going to end up in Miami there with the Heat. That would be my guess. That would be my guess, as well as our old friend Tim Hardaway, I think, will be there as well. Make sure you go give me a follow on Twitter. At Jeff_Coop27 is the handle. I'll be always tweeting about the Mavericks. If we're not live here on the channel and the signing happens, you'll find out about it first on Twitter there as well. So go ahead and give me a follow over there. And let's recap some of the most recent moves here in free agency that has happened. Let's do that here right now. As here is what the most recent moves look like here. Precious Achiuwa returns to the Sacramento Kings, a 2-year, $11.5 million contract. And then you see the trade on screen with Kawhi Leonard, Brandon Ingram, and Grady Dick all changing teams there. Chris Dunn did re-sign with the Los Angeles Clippers. That's a 1-year, $5.5 million deal. Probably the biannual exception. Or no, excuse me, because the biannual is 6.1 this year. Or is that the taxpayer mid-level? I can't remember. That might be the biannual. I don't know. Jock Landale goes back to Atlanta, 1 year, $14 million. This one right here is pretty interesting. Robert Williams re-signing with Portland on a 3-year, $44 million contract. That's kind of a bag for Robert Williams, who has had more than his fair share of injuries. So I'm curious what Portland's thinking is with that one there as well. Dan says, Mavs having a quiet offseason. I am here for it. It's been pretty quiet. Well, has it been? Hired Masai Ujiri, hired Dusty May, draft Mo Johnson in the lottery, trade for Sergio De La Rey. Been quiet as far as like the trades and signings go, for sure. For sure. Veroda says, can the Mavs get Peyton Watson? No, they cannot get Peyton Watson. Watson's going to get like $20 to $25 million a year, it sounds like, from somebody in restricted free agency. My guy, Noah Turner. Coop, early predictions. Where does LeBron finish his career? Yes, if you missed that news, LeBron James is leaving the Lakers after 8 seasons with LA. And if I had to guess, I would say LeBron is going to the Warriors, but you can't count out Cleveland and you can't count out the Miami Heat, as potential landing spots there for LeBron James as we're scrolling through some of the other deals that have happened over the last couple of hours or so leading up to free agency. So, yes, I would say LeBron ends up playing in Golden State with the Dubs. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. Jarrell Adams. Do I like the Mavericks? Is that a serious question? They're my team. Born and bred. Dallas, Texas. Of course I like the Mavericks. Well, I'll say this. I love the Mavericks. I didn't like them for a while after all the shit that went down. But they're slowly but surely trying to build up that goodwill back. What up, DaCosta? Dallas needs LeBron James. If it was a couple of years ago, I'd say yes. I don't want him heading into his final season. Don't want the circus around them. Would it be cool? Sure. I don't think the Mavericks are going to be serious players for them. Jarrell, please stop spamming. Please stop spamming, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't necessarily want LeBron James here. Oh, Blanky with the Florida Gators. The Florida Gators. That's my second team. I love the Florida Gators. P says, would we like Smart? I would love Marcus Smart, but unfortunately, it sounds like he is going to the Houston Rockets. Marcus Smart and I went to the same high school, so that would be really cool to have him play for the Mavericks. It'd be amazing to have him play for the Mavs. I don't think that one is going to end up happening, unfortunately. Don't see that one happening. Be really cool if it did, but I'm not sure that is going to be the case. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well if you have not already. Joined the 33,512 people who have joined the channel already. We're breaking down the Mavericks every single day here on the channel, providing the best free content we can give you guys. Make sure you hit that sub button. That's a live sub counter, by the way, so every time somebody subscribes, that thing will go up. All right, let me ask you guys this question. Will the Mavericks make a trade today? Y for yes or N for no? Will the Mavs make a trade today? Get down in the comment section and let me know what you guys think. Fulbright, who is one player that would be a surprise trade or free agency pickup? I don't know if this would be a surprise trade pickup, but I am going to say, or a surprise trade / pickup. I'm going to say Quentin Grimes. Sounds like the Mavericks are interested in bringing back Quentin Grimes, and how hilarious would that be? How hilarious would that be if Quentin Grimes ended up being back with the Mavericks? Manji says yes. My guy Dan in the chat says yes. The Captain Stock says yes. Marcus Sasser, yes. The Mavericks are a leading suitor to acquire Marcus Sasser from the Detroit Pistons. And if that trade happens, we will break it down here on the channel. We broke it down earlier in our video this morning. So if you want to learn about Marcus Sasser, go check that out. Go check that out as well. Why does everyone hate Brandon Williams? I don't hate Brandon Williams. I just don't think he's a good fit for the Mavericks. He shot 23% from 3 last year. He's an inefficient scorer. I think he can be a backup point guard for somebody. I just don't think it's going to be the Mavericks. I don't think it's going to be the Mavs. I think the Mavericks want to go with the guy who can shoot the 3 a little more, who can distribute a little more than Brandon Williams. They just want a different profile, that's all. Ooh, Mbappe scored, but he might be offsides. He might be offsides. I'm not sure. Not sure. My guy, Sean Schultz, says they will make a trade. Sharon says no. How is he inefficient? Well, he shot 41% from the field and 23.8% from 3. And that, my friends, is the definition of inefficient. 47% from the field and 23% from 3. Excuse me. He's a career 28% free throw shooter or 3-point shooter. That's just not going to get it done. In today's NBA, if you're a point guard and you're shooting sub 30% from 3, you can't play for me, in my opinion. And maybe that differs from other people's opinions, but you have to be able to shoot the rock at somewhat of an efficient level. And Brandon Williams can't do that. He can get to the rim, but he doesn't space the floor enough. Dan says Celtics and Dubs have interest in Brandon Williams. Yes, they do. It does sound like Brandon Williams could be headed to the Boston Celtics. He was offsides indeed, Brian. It was close, but he was. No score through 20 minutes. Manji Media says that's why we have Nemby way more efficient. I'm a Nemby guy as well. Here, let me show you what I think the Mavericks PG depth chart could potentially look like. And this is very up in the air because I have Marcus Sasser with a question mark here. So this is what I think it's going to look like. You got Kyrie Irving, Sergio De La Rey, Marcus Sasser, and Ryan Nembhard. This is what, if you do end up trading for Sasser, what your point guard depth chart would look like, and I think that would squeeze out Brandon Williams. I think that would squeeze out B. Will. 200 people in the building right now. Continue to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up icon if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate all of the support here. Would love a Scoot Henderson. The captain would love a Scoot Henderson and Drew Holiday for PJ and Gafford. Scoot and Holiday for PJ and Gafford. Yeah, I'd be in. I don't know if Portland would do that. I don't know if Joe Cronin over there with the Blazers is going to do that, but I would. I absolutely would do that. I think that would be a fantastic deal for the Mavericks. That would be an amazing deal for the Mavs if they were able to pull that one off. Raphael, shout out from Philippines, MFFL forever. Raphael, appreciate you tuning into the show. Current starting five as it stands: Kyrie, Christie, Flagg, Washington, Gafford. Yes, it is. It is. Castro! Any big moves? Not just the Mavs, but around the league. LeBron James signings elsewhere, not the Lakers. I don't think that happens tonight, though. I think that's going to happen. That's going to take some time, I believe. And I imagine LeBron ends up signing with Golden State, but I don't know if that happens today. You had the Kawhi Leonard trade happen as well. So, yeah, I think that there's quite a few moves that we need to keep an eye on. As I'll put the tracker on, and we can just roll through some of the moves that have occurred here. D'Angelo Russell, our old friend, he signed KCP. You'll see the tracker there at the bottom of your screen. This is every move that has been made in the NBA leading up to where we are. 36 minutes till the start of 2026 NBA free agency. We're finally here, ladies and gentlemen. The Mavericks have a chance to really get better. Jeremy Chuggs, the host of Rockets Today. I'm hungry now. Shit. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Little garlic parmy and Louisiana. Some fries and maybe some ranch. Thank you, Beast. You're a legend. Shout out to Jeremy Chuggs. What a goat. Yes, it's about to start, Soto. 35 minutes. 35 minutes and counting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you're a Stars fan, sounds like the Stars are going to be making some major moves here in free agency, which would be amazing. Soto, I've got the World Cup on my TV as well, so I don't blame you whatsoever. Any chance of a free agent pulling a DeAndre Jordan this year? As long as it's not with the Mavs, I hope. Dude, that DeAndre Jordan saga was still one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Like, legitimately ever. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Okay. I'm going to throw another one at you guys here as well. All right. Throw this question at you. We'll throw a couple of questions at you before free agency begins. Name someone you want the Mavs to sign. Drop it down in the comment section. 200 people in the building right now as we inch closer to NBA free agency beginning here in just a few moments. Make sure I had got all the graphs set up and ready to go. Let's get it. Let's go. Shout out to producer Sam Brown for setting up all our graphics and getting those Johns ready. We appreciate Mr. Brown, as always. Norm Powell, Cason Wallace. I would love Cason Wallace, to be honest. Yes, the emoji war during the DeAndre Jordan era. Lou Dort. I wouldn't mind a Lou Dort trade. Send PJ to the Thunder. Will AD get traded, says Keith. The Wizards say no, but I'm not sure I believe them. I'm not sure I believe the Wizards when they say that. Scrolling through all of the moves that have happened here in free agency. Marcus Smart, says Avil. I would love Marcus here, man. That'd be amazing. Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson would be great. $23 million expiring contract with the Denver Nuggets. Chuggy. You're such a beast. Thank you, brother. Jeremy Chugs, ladies and gentlemen. You can't ask for more. Want to add a stretch five to our big man room? I like that, Marty. By the way, a very special shout out to our guy, Maxi Kleba. It sounds like he is going to head over to Europe to end his career. Really solid NBA career for Maxi, man. 10 years in the league. Obviously, 8.5 of those with the Mavericks. A fantastic guy to talk to. A really just nice human to interact with. So, shout out to Maxi, man. Shout out to him. Sean Schultz says a couple of shooters. I would love some shooters. I'm gonna eat one fry here, so give me 2 seconds. Rami says Toby Lawal will crack the rotation. Toby Lawal will not crack the rotation, unfortunately. He will not. He's a freak athlete. He ain't cracking the rotation. He is not cracking the rotation. Norm Powell. We could have got Ja for a bag of chips. You don't want anything to do with Ja Morant. I promise you that. The headache that Ja brings is not one that you want. It is not one that you want. That I can guarantee. A trade for Miles Turner. A trade for Miles Turner. Local guy? I wouldn't hate a Miles Turner trade. Manji Media says, I'm stoked for Mo Johnson. Man, me too. Mo Johnson's going to be a really fun player for this Mavericks team. He's a versatile guy. He can defend his ass off. He's going to work his ass off. He's going to be tough. He's going to set the culture. Mo Johnson is going to do every single thing that Dusty May wants out of a guy, and he's going to help set the tone of a new Mavericks era. He really is. So I'm very excited. I would be very, very excited for Mo Johnson. And I'm excited for Sergio De La Rey as well. I think Sergio coming over from Valencia, going to play guard for the Mavericks. We'll see if he ends up playing in the Summer League or not. But I really like Sergio a lot. I think he's got a lot of upside. Good ball handling ability. Very good shooter. The Mavericks did well in the first round. Mo Johnson wouldn't have been my first selection there. But, man, I'd be very happy. Be very happy. I'd be very happy if I were you guys about Mo Johnson. I really would. Watched Dusty May's press conference yesterday. Feel like he's going to be a great fit. 100%. 100%. I think Sergio can be a very good piece. My guy, John Pierce. Would I take LeBron for the right price? What's veteran minimum? I'd take LeBron for the vet min. Realistically, I'd actually take LeBron probably for the mid-level, but he doesn't want to come here, I don't think. I would take Cam Johnson. Expiring Clay contract. Yep. Clay's contract is expiring. $17 million. Clay was still good last year, man. He shot 39% from three. He can't really move that much anymore, but he's still a very solid player. And I think Clay is getting a little disrespected. I know he wasn't fantastic, but I do think he's getting a little bit disrespected just as far as like what his status is in the NBA. I think there's going to be a taker for him, whether it's Miami, whether it's somebody else. If I had to guess, I would say Clay's probably not on this roster. Need to tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show, which is Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Prize Picks has you covered. Make sure you go use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. You can play Prize Picks in all 50 states, and it's not just soccer, which the World Cup going on. They've got basketball, they've got football, they've got baseball, they've got season-long projections. And you can also project on winners, spreads, and totals on top of those daily fantasy lineups that you know and love. I usually play the daily fantasy lineups, but sometimes you have a feeling on who you think is going to win a particular game. You can go do that on PrizePicks as well. Here is my entry for tomorrow. I'm taking the more on Harry Kane to score a goal and the more on Christian Pulisic to get a goal or an assist. So you can go copy that lineup or go make picks of your own. Just do it over at PrizePicks. Download the app. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. We are descending on about half an hour until free agency begins here for the Dallas Mavericks. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Continuing to take your questions and answer everything you guys might have surrounding this Dallas Mavericks team here. 26 minutes and 20 seconds. Who is better, Clay or Khris Middleton? Great question. I would say Clay. Yes, LeBron is not coming to the Dallas Mavericks. He is indeed ring chasing. Do not expect LeBron to come to the Mavs. It'd be sick if he did. Don't expect it. Trade for Mikal Brown? No. Don't want to trade for Mikal Brown. He just got drafted. Why would they trade him? They clearly picked him because they like him. I say work out something with Sacramento for LaVine. I wouldn't take LaVine on his full salary, but if the rumors are true that he gets bought out, I would take him there. I would take him if he gets bought out. Jalen Wilson. I like Jalen Wilson as well. A Drew Holiday swap for P.J. Washington and Gafford or whatever, Scoot, would be interesting. Don't know how super feasible that is, though. Just taking a look, making sure I didn't miss anything here. Christopher says, Mavs have to be a playoff team. I hope they are. And I hope that Masai Ujiri can get this team to contending. It sounds like Masai Ujiri wants to get this team back in the playoffs like very quickly. So I hope he stays true to his word and he's able to construct a roster that gets the Mavs back in the postseason. You guys let me know, though. Will the Mavericks make the playoffs? Type Y for yes or N for no. Let me know what y'all think. What about Benedict Mathurin to the Mavs? I could get down with Benedict Mathurin. I could get down with Benny math. I feel that, Alex. Yeah, look, Mikael Brown's a very good prospect. Obviously ended up in Brooklyn. There were some things surrounding him that I think kind of rubbed people the wrong way. He still ended up going in the top 10. But he is a guy that is going to need some time to develop, going to need some time to adjust to the NBA game. And I think the Mavericks feel that Mo Johnson, especially with Dusty May now at the helm, was a better fit for them to win sooner than Mikael Brown Jr. is. If the Mavericks were trying to win in 3 years, yeah, right? You probably would have ended up taking Braden Burries. You probably would have ended up having a different strategy there. But I believe they believe that Mo is the guy that can help them out the most. Manji says yes. Jamarion says yes. Christopher says yes. Jarrell, yes as well. Anthony, my guy watching from England, says yes. James, yes. Marty, yes as well. Ryan says no. Who's the better shooting guard, though? Christie or Levine? I mean, Zach Levine's a better player, but when you take into account their contracts, I would certainly take Max Christie over at $8 million over Zach Levine at $49 million. Tank this year, too? No. I never want to tank again. I hate tanking more than anything else. I hate tanking. Intentionally losing absolutely sucks, and I never want to do it again. Never want to do it again. Oh, Sam Amick of The Athletic. Sam Amick of The Athletic saying that the Minnesota Timberwolves are interested in LeBron James. How about that? How about that? Minnesota trying to be big game players. They obviously traded for LaMelo Ball. And maybe they're going to try to sign LeBron James here. Maybe they're going to try to sign LeBron James. You guys get down in the comment section. Let me know. Predict it. What will the first signing of free agency be today? Drop it down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Yes, Minnesota wants LeBron apparently, Dan, which I think is crazy. I think that's crazy. Here's the exact quote. What's more, the Warriors do not appear yet to have clarity regarding LeBron James' plans. Cleveland and Miami are often cited as realistic landing spots, as well as the Minnesota Timberwolves are known to have interest if you felt like shocking the basketball world with that sort of move. Yeah, I have news for you. LeBron ain't going to Cleveland. To Cleveland. LeBron ain't going to Minnesota, excuse me. LeBron ain't going to Minnesota. Oh, Brent Workman's in the chat. Brent Workman, what's up, brother? How we doing? How we doing? Brown to the Mavs? Which Brown? Jaylen Brown? No way. Luke Kennard to Pistons? I could see that. I could see that being a potential move. I would like Luke Kennard for the Mavs, to be honest. We have the full non-taxpayer mid-level exception to use. Why not use it on Luke Kennard? I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. Sam Brown. I'm getting text from our producer, Sam Brown, who is not happy because he's a French fan, and he's saying the France team is getting screwed at the moment. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I kind of picked Sweden to potentially upset him. I kind of picked Sweden. But that, neither here nor there. 20 minutes away from NBA free agency. Reminder, we're going to be breaking down every move the Mavericks make here on the channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay locked in. Turn on your notifications as well so you don't miss a single thing. See what the Mavs end up doing, baby. Come on. Let's see what the Mavs end up doing. Mavs don't have a good history of trading with the Celtics. I mean, yeah, the Rondo deal for sure. AKA the Dwight Powell trade. Dwight Powell's still here, baby. It's unbelievable, but Dwight Powell's still here. Since Ja's now in Portland, will Scoot or Sharp be traded? I know Mike Schmitz loves Shaedon Sharp. I don't think the Blazers want to give up on Sharp so soon, though. I really don't think the Blazers want to give up on Sharp so soon. So I would not count it out. I would say it's very unlikely, though. It's very unlikely. The Mavericks have only made one move so far, and that is to exercise the option on Ryan Nembhard. So he, 1 year, $2.15 million deal, will be on the roster this next season. They also sent a qualifying offer to Moussa Cisse, which means he's a restricted free agent. So the Mavericks are going to have Cisse as an RFA, and they've got a couple of other pending free agents as well, Khris Middleton and Marvin Bagley, guys that are that were on the roster at the end of last year that are unrestricted free agents and can sign with any team. The other move is trying to move out of the AAC. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but they probably are moving out of the AAC here pretty soon. I think that's awful news. I love the American Airlines Center. I really wish they'd stay, man. I really do. I wish they'd stay. Hey, if you're a real Mavs fan, though, spam those MFFLs in the chat, baby. Let's get it going. 17 minutes until free agency. We are about to get started with all the moves. Hopefully they come thick and fast, and we've got some stuff to talk about. We're going to stay live at least an hour into free agency. If the audience is still good and the Mavs are making move, we'll continue to stay live. So spam those MFFLs, baby. And let's get it going right now. We've got 200 people live in the building hanging out. Appreciate everybody's support here. Y'all are goats. I see Jay Lou, Jamarion West. The Colin guy, as a Wolves fan, I want Tobias Harris. Make him the starting power forward. It sounds like Toby is leaving the Detroit Pistons. So you could see Minnesota being an option there. Shout out Brent Workman. Spamming the MFFL. Come on, baby. Stands for Mavs fan for life. And if you are still a Mavericks fan, after everything that's happened over the last year and a half, you're a legend. You're a legend. Vintage, James. Yes, sir. Let's go. The captain stock. I love it. I love it. One more time, I'll scroll through the free agency tracker to show you every move that has been made to date here. We've had quite a few of re-signings, trades, this, that, and the other. So we'll go through that there on the bottom of your screen, and you'll see every move that has been made so far. D'Angelo Russell, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. A bevy of moves have been made. Colin Gillespie, my guy Jamarion West, David, all spamming the MFFLs. Appreciate you guys there as well. One thing that we haven't seen is a summer league roster for the Mavericks. You can kind of piece it together, but we really don't have a semblance of a summer league roster yet. We don't know any free agents, UDFAs that the Mavs have signed. So we're kind of left in limbo as far as that goes. We're sort of left in limbo as far as that goes. We'll see what happens, though. I don't think we're going to go live for Summer League like we did last year, but we'll keep you guys up to date with everything that happens surrounding that team as well. Unitives in the chat. Coop, it's always MFFL. You know that. As Kylian Mbappe scores to put France up 1-0. Unbelievable. The French go up 1. The French go up 1. Jaime Jaquez traded to the Milwaukee Bucks as part of the Giannis deal. That's an interesting one, because he was runner-up in Sixth Man of the Year this year. He was runner-up in Sixth Man of the Year. I like Jaquez, though. Isaiah Stewart was traded to the Memphis Grizzlies. That one happened on draft night. Elo says, I'm a legend. Elo, you're a legend indeed. Reminder, if you send in any super chat, we'll get you on screen right here next to me if you have a question or a comment surrounding the Dallas Mavericks. And hopefully we've got a flurry of activity that comes in here in 15 minutes. Hopefully that is the case. I'm just looking to see if there are any updates that I need to find. Dean Wade going to hit free agency. We knew that one. And what else? Bleacher Report tweeted something and they deleted it. I think that's kind of it. That's it at the moment. What up, James? Martin Sanchez, MFFL, go Mavs. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. I asked you who will be the first signing today. Who will be the first signing for the Mavs today? Who will be the first signing of free agency for the Mavericks? Let me know. Elbow says, are we expected to sign someone tonight? I don't know. That's a good question. James. Bad news. The Mavericks traded the rights to Melvin Aginsa, I believe, to the New York Knicks in the deal for Sergio De La Reyes. So he is no longer going to be a Dallas Maverick. I know that's sad news. Who do I want the Mavericks to sign? Says the captain. The captain's talk. I want the Mavericks to sign Marvin Bagley. That is my biggest one that I want the Mavs to sign. I think he played really well with the Mavs. Averaged 11 and 7 in the second half of last year. Can play the 4, can play the 5. Start, come off the bench. Marvin Bagley would be my number one free agency signing for the Mavericks. I wouldn't hate seeing oh my God, why am I completely blanking? Quentin Grimes. I wouldn't hate seeing Quentin Grimes re-sign with the Mavericks. I think that'd be cool. That's my top priority, though, is honestly re-signing Marvin Bagley. Noah Kirk. Expectations are low this free agency. It's possible. Jonathan Soto says, I feel like the Mavericks make no moves at all. I hope you're wrong there, Soto, but definitely possible as well. Possible the Mavericks don't make a move today. Vintage Blend says, I think we'll have a shock signing. What do you mean by a shock signing? What does that look like? What would be a shock? Unitive, there is a possibility to bring back Quentin Grimes. That is definitely on the table for the Mavericks. It's not, I wouldn't call it like likely. Certainly not impossible, though. Certainly not impossible. Grimes was okay last year. Not fantastic. Not terrible. But he shot like 33% from 3. Defense lacked a little bit. I think he was feeling the pressure of playing in Philadelphia in a contract year. So QG, I want him. That'd be cool. Would that qualify as a shock? No moves or trades till free agency? Well, you have to fill out the roster. The Mavericks were going to have a few open roster spots here, so you've got to fill those out. And you have the non-taxpayer mid-level exception to use there as well. So the Mavs are certainly going to make a move. What that move is, I don't know. Will it happen today? I don't know. But they're certainly going to make a move here when free agency begins. Grimes for Martin's trade still made no sense to me. Yeah, me neither. It included the 35th pick as well. Soto, that is a fantastic question. I'm going to get that on screen for you here right now. I just need to move it over. I just need to move it over real quick, and I will get that for you. Put this on screen. We're going to go over the top free agents available here in just a moment here, Soto. Spoiler. Oh my God, I can't speak. Spoiler alert for the Mavericks. It's not great. There are not a lot of guys on this list that I think fit what the Mavericks are looking for. But nevertheless, we'll go take a look. We will go take a look. All right. Here we are. 7 minutes to go until free agency begins. Let's take a look at the top guys available here right now. LeBron obviously is number one. Don't see the Mavs as players here. They can offer LeBron the non-taxpayer mid-level exception, and if he takes it, fantastic. If not, LeBron ain't going to be a Mav. Jalen Duren, he's going to command close to max, and it sounds like he's going to meet with the Sacramento Kings the second free agency opens. So I don't see the Mavs being a player for Duren or Walker Kessler. Norman Powell is a very interesting proposition. He was an all-star last year. He fell off a cliff in the second half. And it sounds like he's going to command somewhere around $20 million a year. The Mavericks don't quite have that room to give him unless they execute a sign and trade with Miami. But do you sign and trade Norman Powell coming to the Mavericks in exchange for Klay Thompson going to Miami? Certainly something to keep in mind there. Tobias Harris, it sounds like he is going to leave the Pistons. I think he can make a decent amount of money. Not sure the Mavericks want to give him that money. Moving on to the next crop here. Jonathan Kuminga. No, never. I do not want him anywhere near my basketball team. Stay the hell away from Jonathan Kuminga. End of story. Rui Hachimura, I'd absolutely love. Rui shot the piss out of the ball last year for the Lakers. Played really well in the postseason. I would be all in on Rui Hachimura. Unfortunately, I don't think the Mavericks can, one, afford him, two, I think Rui's going to a contending team. Quentin Grimes on the list there. I would look at bringing him back for sure. We'll see if the Mavericks are players. There are some rumors that they might be. Tari Eason from the Houston Rockets. Don't know if he quite fits what the Mavericks need here at the moment because Dallas is kind of stacked there at the small forward spot. Same goes for Peyton Watson, who's going to be a restricted free agent and command north of $20 million per year, it sounds like. Anthony Simons, I would like for the Mavericks as a two-guard. I think he'd be very interesting. Same with Benedict Mathurin. I'd be interested in the Mavericks exploring either of those. John Collins, I'm all right. Colin Sexton, I'd be cool with as a backup PG off the bench, a little 6th, 7th man role. I'd be okay with that. And then Kelly Oubre. Always been a fan of Oubre, but I don't know if he is the guy that the Mavericks necessarily are going to pursue. Rounding out the list, Dean Wade, sure. Luke Kennard, would love it. Great shooter. Think he's going to go to a contender. Sandro Mamukelashvili, sounds like he is going to head to the Los Angeles Lakers. Keon Ellis, I'm okay. And the Mavericks don't need a center in Nick Richards. So that is the top free agents list there. And it sounds like it's going to be, LeBron James is the top free agents available. I don't think the Mavericks are going to sign him, but I'll ask you guys, should the Mavs try to sign LeBron James? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know. Y for yes or N for no. Should the Mavericks try to sign LeBron James? Let me know down in the comment section. I don't think they should. I don't think they should try to sign LeBron James. But I'll ask you guys, and then we'll get into free agency here in just a few moments. Y for yes or N for no? Let me know. Jovic for Thompson? Yeah, I would do Jovic for Thompson. I would do Jovic for Thompson. I know some people wouldn't, but I would. I absolutely would. For the memes, Randy watching from Dallas. Derek Lively update. Derek Lively had an update earlier this week that he is not running or jumping yet as a result of his foot surgery in November. He's heading into the final year of his rookie contract, and I don't know if the Mavericks are going to offer him an extension or not. The update is there is no update, essentially. Good mentor for Cooper Flag. Maybe bring other pieces with them. Interesting. I'm going to make this a new live poll. Make sure you go vote. Should the Mavs pursue LeBron James? Yes. No. Let me know. Should the Mavs pursue LeBron in free agency? Y for yes, N for no, new live poll. Soto says we ain't getting any superstars. I don't disagree, Soto. I don't think they're going to go after LeBron. Castro says, I just want to see a big star coming. Yeah. What we eating? Got some Wingstop here at the Chat Sports office, so we appreciate Jeremy Chugs for getting that set up for us. Elo, bro, what if the Mavs try to get Jaylen Brown? I simply don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to go after Jaylen Brown. Don't see that one as well. Don't see that one. All right. As we are about to get started with NBA free agency, I need everyone to flood the comment section right now if you're ready for 2026 NBA free agency. Spam those me's in the chat, and we are going to break it all down right here on the channel, 60 seconds away from the official NBA free agency period opening. Let's get it going. Verotis says LeBron stay away. Deciding on Lively's extensions the day before the season. The Colin guy saying me. SS Dirk, me. Castro, me. James. Mike Griffith, my guy. Soto. J. Lou. 30 seconds. Jamarion West. Ron Elp. James Russell. Yes, sir. Come on. Let's see what you got for me, Masai. What do you got for me, Masai Ujiri? Keon Ellis says Arnetta. I'm okay with that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome into 2026 NBA free agency. You are watching Mavericks Today, presented by Prize Picks. Jeffrey Cooperstein here. We are going to break down every single move that is made here in NBA free agency for the next hour or so. And if the Mavericks make a move, you'll find out about it first here on the channel. My name is Jeffrey Cooperstein. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in to the show here today. We've got well over 200 people in the building. That means a lot to me that you guys are showing the support here. So let's get it going. Let's see who the first move of NBA free agency is going to be for the Dallas Mavericks. And we are going to break it all down right here on the channel here. The most recent signing is Precious Achiuwa re-signing with the Sacramento Kings on a 2-year deal worth $11.5 million. And I have not seen. No move has come in yet. No move has come in yet. The Pistons plan to match any offer sheet Jalen Duren signs. So it sounds like Duren's going to stay with the Detroit Pistons. Andrew says, let's go Mavs. David, let's go Mavs. You guys let me know who you want the Mavericks to sign. And we're going to stay live for the next hour at least. And we'll see if the Mavs do sign or make a move here in free agency. What is the move you want the Mavs to make? Let me know down in the comment section. No moves yet. No moves yet. Keep Luka away from Flag. Why would you keep a top 5 player in the world away from Cooper Flag? That sounds crazy. Why would you do that? Incognito. That makes no sense. Ain't that true, Cap Forever? LeBron James says, Macro, Derek White. Trade for Derek White. Not opposed. Uwe Blob. I'm dead. Sean, I swear I thought you were messing with us when you said that. That was so funny. Me and Lopez were like, what is he talking about? That was so good. The Bulls are waving Cam Jones. There's a move. Trade for Luka, says Noah Turner. Okay. Incognito has no idea what he's talking about, saying Luka has a bad attitude. You can be wrong if you want. Just know that you're wrong. Just know that you're wrong. It's okay to be wrong, but just know that you are. Sign anybody that's a good team and a good player, says Cap Forever. I don't disagree there. Top 3 players I want us to sign, trade for. Good question. I will get that on screen for you right now. I will show you who my top 3 guys are. My top 3 guys for the Mavericks to sign in free agency. Anthony Simons, Luke Kennard, Marvin Bagley. Those are my top 3 guys that I would sign or want to sign here in free agency if I was the Dallas Mavericks. Are they going to get any of these 3? TBD, the most likely, I would say, is Bagley. Don't think they end up with Kennard. Simons could be in play, but these would be my top 3 targets I would go after in NBA free agency if I was Masai Ujiri. I know Masai likes to take some chances. Let's see what sort of chances he's going to take here as the free agency period has officially begun. Macro says Matisse Thybulle. Is this 3 years ago? Is this 3 years ago? Hey, no, there is absolutely going to be no Luka Doncic slander on this channel. If y'all want to be ridiculous in the chat, that's on you, but no Luka Doncic slander on the channel from me. Why would you not sign any of those guys, Macro? Or Marco, excuse me, not Macro. We have Mark Ramos and we have Marco in the chat. Very confusing. I wouldn't rather have Shaedon Sharpe over Simmons. Well, Simons is a free agent, first of all. Second of all, Simons is more of a shooting guard. And he can handle the ball a little bit, can play make a little bit more than Shaedon Sharpe can. Shaedon Sharpe's fine. Like, I'm okay with him. But you would also have to trade for him, first of all. You'd have to trade for Shaedon Sharpe. And you would have to trade a lot for Shaedon Sharpe. He averaged 21 points a game last year. 4 rebounds. Sharpe's a good player. Yeah, I know Sharpe plays the 2 as well. He's not as creative of a 2 as Simons, though. I project Sharpe is more like a wing. And Simons is more of like a combo guard. New poll idea. Will Dwight Powell still be on? I don't think Dwight's going to be on the roster. I don't know that for sure, though. Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons would be something, wouldn't it? Ben Simmons would be something. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. 265 people in the building right now. Hit that like button as well. Free and easy way to help out the channel. No moves have been made. No moves have been made here in the first 4 minutes. Shocker. Absolutely unbelievable. The NBA just knows how to F with their audience, man. Cap says, is Kyrie healthy? Kyrie is healthy. He was healthy at the end of last season, but the Mavericks elected not to play him because they were draft positioning themselves, if you will. Rui Hachimura says, Mark, I would like Rui. He's not going to come here, though. He's going to go to a team that's probably going to contend more than the Mavericks. Maybe Norman Powell. I won't. 77. I'll put Luka at number 2. I can't put him at number 1, though. I can't put him at number 1. LeBron on his way. LeBron is not on his way to the Mavericks. We do have no signings, though, which is a joke. No signings. No shocker that we don't have any signings. If this team is healthy, the Mavs can get to the second round. Let me see what roster moves they make first. See what roster moves they make. Let's see, indeed. All right. This is a different question. Name someone you want the Mavs to sign. Not who you think they'll sign, someone you want them to sign. I don't know who I even think they're going to sign. Like, the Mavs have been operating very quietly here this offseason, which is odd. Preferred vet guard. I like UG. Colin Sexton would be up there for me. Not a huge Keon Ellis fan, so I'm not sure I'd like that. Yeah, I would say Quentin Grimes is probably mine as well. Caleb Love, says Ray fan. Why Caleb Love? Are you a Carolina guy? Jaylen Brown, Kevin Durant, Mathurin. Chino says sign Serena Williams. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Norm Powell, Cam Johnson. Shams is washed. Shams is washed. That we can agree on. I think Shams is 100% washed. Like, he just takes he doesn't break any news. He's texted by agents, hey, our guy has agreed to a deal. He tweets it out, and then he tags the agent in it. We're 9 minutes in and no signing. What a joke. 9 minutes in and no signing. Should be ashamed of themselves. What has happened to the league I love? We used to be up at midnight on July 1st waiting to see who the first signings would be. And there would be a flurry of them. There would be a flurry of them. I mean, this is absolutely a joke. Teams really got tighter after those. Yeah, you're honestly right. I think teams got scared of the tampering rules. Teams are scared of the tampering rules. They want to avoid losing their draft picks, I guess. What a joke. Kyrie is a crazy good guard. Yes, Kyrie is a crazy good guard. I like Kyrie a lot. Well, I hope that Kyrie is just healthy this whole season, man. I just really hope Kyrie is healthy. That's all I can ask. Hope he can withstand the entire season, not have to miss any time, can play a full 75, 70 games. Kyrie does that. The Mavs are going to be pretty damn good. And the rest will take care of itself. Kyrie and Cooper healthy. The question of the day, should the Mavericks try to sign LeBron James? Live poll, 63% of you say no. But let me know down in the comments. I don't think they should. But Masai, again, we'll see what Masai Ujiri has up in store for us. Joao says LeBron no longer a winning player. I don't think that's true. I thought LeBron was excellent. I thought LeBron was excellent for the Lakers in the playoffs last year, especially when both Luka and Austin Reeves were hurt. So I don't know if you can call LeBron not a winning player. I don't know if you can call LeBron not a winning player. Yes, and then get Bronny. Bronny's contract just got guaranteed, so the Mavs would have to trade for Bronny. How funny would that be? If you end up signing LeBron and then you trade for Bronny. Awful. Bradley Barcola just scored to give, or was that? Yeah, it was Barcola, right? Yeah. To give France a 2-0 lead, and France is going to cruise into the round of 16 here. Without a sweat. How much money would it cost to sign LeBron? The Mavericks would only be able to pay LeBron the taxpayer mid-level exception, which is about $16 million a year. And that is what LeBron might command on the free agency market from a team like Golden State or Miami. Well, not Miami. For Miami, he'd have to play on much less. For Golden State, they would pay him the mid-level exception. Miami would pay him like the taxpayer mid-level exception, right around $6 million. And then Cleveland could be a sign-and trade where the Lakers end up getting Jared Allen. So certainly something to keep an eye on there. How much cap do we have? The Mavericks have zero cap. The Mavericks have zero cap space. They are above the cap. They are below the luxury tax, though. So they will be able to make some sort of move of sort of significance. They can sign someone to a 3-year deal worth up to $16 million per season if they so choose. If they so choose. Yes, I saw that, Captain. I saw that. Isn't about the money. LeBron is chasing happiness. Get out of here, LeBron. I'm tired of LeBron's antics. I really don't want him. Does Bradley Beal have anything left? Asked Sean. No, he does not. I think Bradley Beal's cooked. I think Bradley Beal's cooked. I wouldn't take Bradley Beal for the Mavericks. I have no idea where this team's going to even go from here. I really don't. I have no idea. While we're waiting for the first free agent move to happen, I'm going to go down the tracker here, and we will update y'all on every move that has happened. Starting with D'Angelo Russell. Name a random Mavs player. And I'm not talking like Dirk, Jason Terry, Kidd, Luka. I'm talking like Rafe LaFrentz. Like Uwe Blob. That kind of random. Name a random Mav down in the comment section. If you trade Gafford, who would be for a guard or a good shooter? Yeah, I don't know what the... Look, the Mavericks clearly tried to trade Gafford. They wanted a first-round pick in return, and they didn't get one. So I don't think that the Mavericks were happy with what they saw Daniel Gafford's market was. I think they're going to end up keeping him. Dexter Dennis is a good one, Joao. Eric Montross, I like that. Roddy B. Sagana Jop. Melvin Ajinça, Dale Ellis, Yogi Ferrell. Y'all are bringing in real ones. This is what I like to see. Courtney Lee, my God, is that not a real one? Yogi was my guy. Deshaun Stevenson, that's an NBA champ to you. Jerry Stackhouse, very good player as well. Eddie Nahara, Eric Dampier, Salah Mejri, the Mej, my guy. I love Salah. Salah was my boy, man. Jan Mahinmi, Sean Bradley, Tyrell Terry, Frankie Smokes, Brian Cardinal. Y'all are bringing the heat. Y'all are bringing the heat. I'll throw one out there. Doug Christie. How about that? I'll throw another one out there. Josh McRoberts. And I'll give you one more. Jared Uthoff. Wang Zhuzhu from Coopstar. Devin Harris isn't random enough. AJ Green's a good one, though. Theo Pinson. Tony Dumas. No, Dexter Dennis, that's a good one. JJ Barea, not random. Craig Elo, the app, for sure. Ollie Mack. Oh, Aaron might be the winner. Pavel Podkolzin. He might be the winner. How about Nico Brusino? If you were in the trenches, you know Nico Brusino. Dog. Could shoot it. Really wasn't a dog. He was actually an awful basketball player, but shout out to Nico nonetheless. Nico Brusino, that is, not the other Nico who we hate more than anything. Christian Wood, Bill Winnington. Bill Winnington played for the Mavs? Did he actually? I didn't know that. I'm looking that up. Bill Winnington. I knew he played for the Bulls. Oh my God. Bill Winnington played for the Mavs for like 5 years. When they were good and they made the conference finals in '88. Oh my God, that's on me. Coop, you got to be better than that. Alex Fudge, that's a good one. Justin Jackson. Jose Calderon. Nick the Quick. Chandler Parsons. Samuel Dallenberg. Cherokee Park. Antoine Walker. In that same vein. DJ Benga. Quinn Cook. Quincy Acey. Marquise Daniels was on the finals team. Alex English. Alex English was on the Mavs? Like Denver's Alex English? Oh my God. Played 79 games with the Mavs, baby. His final year in the league. Averaged 9.7 points. I did not know Alex English was a Mav. You learn something new every day. All right, well, we're 20 minutes in and we don't have a fucking signing yet. So that's annoying. I'm going to tell you guys about our sponsor, Prize Picks, and then we'll continue to talk about the news. I see Maurice Ager in there. That's the winner. Aaron M has it. Aaron M's had the best names. Pavel Podkolzin and Maurice Ager. Mo Ager was my guy out of Michigan State. I was a big Mo Ager guy. Eddie Jones, Jamal Mashburn, Popeye Jones. Y'all brought the heat with that one. I appreciate that. Hey, that's always one of my favorite games to play. So I appreciate y'all bringing the heat there. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Make sure you go use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. You can play Prize Picks in all 50 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and in Texas. They do put their members first as well. So all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, and Cash App for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. I've absolutely loved playing World Cup lineups over on Prize Picks, and here is my latest one. I'm taking the more on Harry Kane to score tomorrow against the Congo, and I'm also taking the more on Christian Pulisic to score a goal or an assist for the United States against Bosnia. That one is at 7 p.m. tomorrow, which, by the way, I'll be live on our main Chat Sports channel for that, so make sure you come check that one out. Download the app and use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That link is in the live chat and in the description of today's show. Appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring this episode of Mavericks Today. All right, let's scroll through the latest and greatest in the NBA. We'll start with our guy, D'Angelo Russell. What a joke. He opted into his player option. $5.97 million for D'Angelo Russell. One of the worst signings ever in Mavericks history. Again, yet another Nico Harrison F job that screwed us. KCP re-signed. A lot of re-signings. Ray fan, the only trade is Kawhi Leonard. The only trade's Kawhi Leonard. Today, the major trade. The Bulls waived Cam Jones. Does that move you? Does that move you? The game is so gone, ladies and gentlemen. Our boy Julius Randle got traded to the Nets. Oh, God. Gorgie Jang? Yeah, I mean. Oh, first move. Oh, Ousmane Jang, not Gorgie Jang. Ousmane Jang returns to the Bucks. DeAndre Jordan goes to the Pelicans for his 19th NBA season. We finally have moves. Those are the first two moves. Ousmane Jang re-signs with the Bucks. 3 years, $17.5 million deal. DeAndre Jordan signing with the Pelicans. Those are your first two moves of NBA free agency. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. Finally, we got an external. I'll be honest, I totally forgot DeAndre Jordan even played for the damn Pelicans. I totally forgot DeAndre played for the Pelicans. First move the Mavs will make in free agency. "19 seasons for DeAndre Jordan. Let's get the tracker updated, baby. There it is. The first move, DeAndre Jordan re-signing with the Pelicans. And then Ousmane Jang re-signing with the Bucks. Those are the first moves of NBA free agency. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Still don't have a re-signing yet. "19 seasons, 1 emoji war, 0 rings." That is right. Joel, I was hoping somebody wouldn't ask this question, but you asked it. You asked it. The answer for me is absolutely. Absolutely. I don't care if that's sentimental. I don't care if it's dumb, whatever. I would do it. I would do it. I just would. Plain and simple. Sign Maxey and Tim Hardaway for the love of the game? Why not? Let's just get a freaking signing. That's all I want. Shams is an all-time hack. I mean, ESPN is literally not even talking about free agency at this point. That's why you subscribe to the channel here, because we are going to talk about every single move that is made here in NBA free agency, no matter how big or how small. We're scrolling through every single move that has been made on your screen right now. What do I think about Norman Powell, Colton? I like Norman Powell. I think he's a little priced out of the Mavericks price range. He's probably going to cost about $20 million per season, and I don't know if the Mavericks are going to be in that sort of price range for Norman Powell. If he is closer to the mid-level, which I don't think he will be, then maybe the Mavs could be interested, but I don't see that being the case. I like Norm Powell a lot. Look, he made the All-Star team last year. He really fell off a cliff, though, after the All-Star break. And I think there's a reason that Miami is not going to keep him. This is an embarrassment. Jake says, I would not trade Cooper Flag for Luka Doncic. Would you not? Would you not? I'll make that the new life poll. Is we went through every single move there. We went through every single move. I'm going to make that the new life poll. Would you trade Cooper Flag for Luka Doncic? This might be an off-season video that we're going to have to do. This might be an off-season video we have to discuss. Would you trade Cooper Flag for Luka Doncic? You know what would be amazing? If we could talk about some signings. But that's clearly not going to be the case. Adam Silver and the NBA hate us. Adam Silver and the NBA clearly do not like us. Would you trade Flag for Luka? Y for yes, N for no. 75% of the live polls say no. Not going to lie, that's a surprising number to me. That's a surprising number to me. I would have guessed less than that. If you asked any of that question a year ago, we all would have said yes, but now I think you'd have a hard time finding someone willing to accept that. Oh, there we go! The first signing of free agency is one that we actually expected, and that is Tim Hardaway Jr., our friend, staying in the 305, signing with the Miami Heat. Hardaway's dad is a legend there in Miami. He spends his off seasons in Miami, and Tim Hardaway Jr. ends up in Miami as a member of the Heat to be a sharpshooter with Giannis Antetokounmpo and that new team over there in Miami. There is our first signing of NBA free agency, and it is Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. David says, who gets a ring first, Luka or Cooper? Let's see what the Mavs do in free agency. I would like to see what the Mavs do in free agency. So we'll see. We'll see what the Mavs, we'll see what the Lakers, for that matter, do in free agency as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for the latest and greatest NBA news. We'll be live for the next at least 30 minutes or so, breaking down any moves if they happen. If they don't, we're going to sign off. Kylian Mbappe just scored his second goal. France up 3-0. Who will the Mavs go after? I think they're going to go after Quentin Grimes. I think they're going to go after Marcus Sasser. Who else? I don't know. I don't know who else they're going to go after. My guy Sean, coming in with the $2 super chat, says, I would trade any player not named Dirk for Luka Doncic. Sean, that's why you and I get along. That's why you and I get along. I wouldn't trade any player. I would not trade any player, but would I trade Cooper Flag for Luka? Man, I'd think about it. I would think about it. I really, really would. But maybe, hey, in 2028, could have both. So why not? Exactly, James. Could have both in 2028. So why not? Our guy Tim Hardaway Jr. becomes the first external signing of NBA free agency. He heads from the Denver Nuggets to the Miami Heat. Full deals to be announced there. But Timmy headed to the 305. Congratulations to Tim Hardaway. He's had a very good NBA career, man. Jalen Duren, not going to happen, unfortunately. He's going to come in close to a max contract. Trade for Jaylen Brown look like? It would have to be a multi-team deal just because the Mavericks don't have, I don't think, the players that Boston would want. I don't think they'd have the players that Boston would want. I don't think. Giannis over Luka, says James. As far as what? As far as what? Jamal Murray trade to where? To here? No. Jamal Murray's not for the Mavs. Michael Elise at the edge of the box to Desiree Douay. It's a cross. Doing a little France play-by-play here as they're cruising up 3-0 on Sweden. To be expected. Walker Kessler says Darius. I would like Walker Kessler. I don't think the Mavericks are going to be involved in the Walker Kessler sweepstakes, though. I do not see the Mavs being involved in the Walker Kessler sweepstakes. He's going to command a lot of money as well. Sounds like as much as like 4 for 140. Could be the Walker Kessler contract. So Luka hasn't had a full healthy year in a long time. I'd rather just not even backtrack. We did dumb stuff trading him. That's a very fair take, Mr. Carlos. Hardaway gets a 1-year, $6.5 million contract with the Miami Heat, which is the taxpayer mid-level exception. So there is Tim Hardaway's deal with Miami. Congratulations to Timmer. First signing of NBA free agency. One signing in 38 minutes. Absolutely embarrassing. Why don't Mavs have a lot of money? You only have Kyrie. Well, you have Kyrie. You have Daniel Gafford. Well, you have PJ Washington. He's your second best contract at 22. You have Gafford at 18. Then you have Flag at like 12. Derek Lively at, I want to say it's like 7. You got Caleb Martin at about 9 or 10. You've got Max Christie at about 8. You've got, let's see, who else? Nemhard's at 2. He's a veteran min. That doesn't matter. You had Dwight Powell. But they are right over the cap. They're under the luxury tax, but just over the cap there. Najee Marshall's at 9. All these contracts add up quickly, man. They all add up quickly. They do. Trade for Brandon Ingram? I think the Clippers are going to hang on to B.I. I think they're going to hang on to him. Klay Thompson. Oh, my God. How did I forget Klay? Thank you, Jeremiah. Klay is at $17 million as well. Oh, my God. That's actually a horrible miss. That's how much I don't even consider Klay a part of the Mavericks. Like, I think they're going to trade him. Shout out to Hay as well. I don't know how I forgot. Would Grimes start over Christie? Yeah, I think Grimes would start over Max. I do. But, I mean, either or. I don't think it really matters. Oh, CJ coming in with the good question. We'll get you on screen there, CJ. Make sure you go give me a follow on Twitter as well, at Jeff_Coop27. Good question there from CJ, which we'll get on screen. Let me get your question on screen there, CJ. One moment. Waiting for our software to update. Yeah, I said Caleb Martin. He's on 9. Or 10 million this year, I guess. CJ coming in with the next super chat says, can we get KD, please? I do not want Kevin Durant. I do not want him. I think he wants to stay in Houston anyways. But I'm going to pass on that one hard. Ray fan says, embarrassing Mavs not doing anything. 100%. I really wish they would. I really wish they would do something. It is the taxpayer mid-level exception for Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh, cool. The NBA announced that the NBA Cup final this year will be at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indiana. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Does Max Christie have any trade value? Yes, he does, Brady, but I think he has more value to the Mavericks than he does in a trade. The Mavericks need shooters, and Max Christie is a shooter. So I would certainly keep him. Dallas would trade assets mid-season? Yeah, possibly. Maybe the Mavs are in the process of doing things? I don't know. The latest update from Chris Haynes on LeBron James. He will be patient and open-minded in selecting his next destination, but the priority is having a realistic chance at competing for a championship. Thanks, Haynes. All these NBA newsbreakers stink. They all stink, man. They do. Trade for Gaff for Zachary Rees-Sachet? Trade Gaff for Zachary Rees-Sachet. No, Gaff has more value than Rees-Sachet does. I'm not a fan of Zachary Rees-Sachet at all. He does not move me. He does not move me. LeBron gonna do another. LeBron might do another decision. It wouldn't shock me. It's his last year. Why not? Why not do a decision? F LeBron. He ain't coming to the Mavs. You're not like getting a first round pick for Max Christie though, Brady. So, and at that point, why trade him? I think he provides the Mavericks with much needed shooting ability, and he's under contract for the next 2 years at $8 million per season. So I am not interested in trading Max unless it's like as part of a larger deal. Kylian Mbappe and Michael Olise coming off for France as they are cruising to the round of 16. Najee and Max are probably the closest to untouchable. No, Cooper Flagg is untouchable. Don't get me wrong. Like he is the only untouchable on the Mavericks. Outside of that, I think the Mavs are open for business. I certainly think the Mavericks are open for business. Can't wait for next season. What if LeBron chooses to play with Kyrie? That'd be sick. Don't see it happening. I do not see it happening. I mean, it would be awesome. We've been rumored to LeBron before. Multiple times. Back in 2014. In 2023. We've been rumored to LeBron. Wow, how about this? Jake Fisher saying Jalen Duren has interest in going to Boston to be with the Celtics. The Celtics don't have any room for him. That would be a major sign-in trade. That'd be a major sign-in trade for Jalen Duren. He did win with Kyrie in 2016, Mr. Rodriguez. This is true. That did happen. No move has been made yet, Soto. You haven't missed shit. Timmy is literally the only move that's happened in the first hour of free agency. So that's all you need to know at this point. The moves on your screen are the previous moves that have happened. That's literally all we've got. Oh, yeah. Kyrie is not untouchable, But, I mean, my God, if someone comes with a Godfather offer for Kyrie, you really can't decline that, right? What is a Godfather offer? 3 first-round picks for Kyrie? Would you take that? I think you would. I think you would. Turned off the France game. I've got the France game on TV. We've got no free agency moves. The only move, Jonathan Soto. We have had literally Tim Hardaway signing with the Heat, and we have had the NBA announcing that the NBA Cup Final is going to be played at Hinkle Fieldhouse, the home of Butler in Indiana, which is a very cool venue. Don't get me wrong. It's historic and it's awesome, but, I mean, who cares? Mavs working the phones? That's why we're so quiet? Sean, I hope you're right. I would love you to be right. What player would I trade Kyrie for? I would have to know it when I see it. There's no like particular person I'd be looking at. Oh, Brady Campbell. I'm not a Devin Booker fan at all. So I would not take Book. Would I do Gaff, Clay, and a first for Andrew Nembhard? Gaff, Clay, and a 1? I don't know if I would. I like Nembhard. Would I do Gaff, Clay, and a 1, though? I don't know about that. Mexico winning tonight? Mexico versus Ecuador? Who you got? Mexico versus Ecuador? Let us know. Oh, as our free agency counter is off. We went through every move. I'll be rooting for Ecuador just because I'm a Chelsea fan and their captain, Moises Caicedo, plays for Chelsea, so I'll be rooting for the Ecuadorians. But I do think Mexico ends up winning. I believe Mexico will end up winning. Oh, Soto coming in with the super chat. Christopher Summers says Mexico better win. Kyrie, max, and draft compensation for Jaylen Brown. Yeah, Kyrie, I don't think would ever play in Boston again, though. That's the problem there. That's the only problem, is I don't think Kyrie would ever play in Boston again. We're going to stay live for about the next 10-ish minutes or so get all your questions in here that you have right now. And no signings come in, we're going to sign off. And, of course, if the Mavericks make a move, we'll have you covered on the channel with the video. But we are going to sign off our live show here probably in about 10 minutes or so. Soto coming in with the $2 super chat. Says Ecuador upsets Mexico 2-1. I like the bold take. Bring the sidekicks back, says Sean. Tattoo, our guy. Derek Jones Jr. back. I wouldn't hate Derek Jones Jr. So am I, but hell nah. Mexico all the way, says RG1. Trade all our vets for Ant. They ain't trading Ant. They just traded for LaMelo. They ain't going to trade Ant. Ant's not getting traded. Yet, at least. He could be one of the next stars to ask out of his situation if it doesn't go well for them. But I don't think that's going to happen here. I don't think that's going to happen right now. Oh, Jeremiah, they're not giving Lively a max extension at all. If they give Lively an extension, it'll be like the Mark Williams deal, which was 3 years and $38 million. They won't give Lively much more than that. I could see Lively hitting restricted free agency. Thoughts on Keontae now that Peterson's in Utah? I like Keontae George. Local product. Can get buckets. 6-man off the bench. You could convince me of worse. You can convince me of worse than Keontae. George stats. Let's look up Keontae George's stats here. You can convince me a lot worse than Keontae. I don't, like, he's a good player. I don't know if the Mavericks will be able to get him. 24 points a night last year, 6 assists, 37% from 3. That's going to cost you a pretty penny to go get Keontae George. But they did draft Aaron Peterson. Can those two play together in the same backcourt? Probably not. Free agency is, I mean, you're not wrong, hey. Derek Jones Jr. and Najee, different players. Najee able to handle the ball a little more. Derek Jones, a more athletic wing who can guard more positions. But they're a little different players. Best shooter on the market right now the Mavericks could go after, I believe that would be Quentin Grimes. Even though he had a down year last year, he would be the best shooter. Well, Luke Kennard, honestly, is the best shooter the Mavericks could go after. I don't know if the Mavs will be able to get Luke Kennard, though. But he would be my pick. Jazz, the best cheaters in the system? Why do you say that? Why are the Jazz cheaters? I don't think the Jazz are cheaters. He would probably go to ATL. I mean, honestly, yeah, you're not wrong. Walker Kessler, he's a restricted free agent. So Walker Kessler is officially on the market. Teams can now meet with him. And if Kessler agrees, they can sign an offer sheet, which will give the Jazz the right to match. Now, if that offer sheet is signed in the first 6 days of free agency, the Jazz will have until July 6th to match it. After that, it's about a 48-hour period that they would have as well. So I'm not sure if the Walker Kessler deal happens here early, but that'll remain to be seen what the Mavericks do there. That'll remain to be seen. The Mavericks aren't going to do anything with Walker Kessler. I'll tell you that right now. The Mavs will not do anything with Walker Kessler. The Lakers, on the other hand, could be a team to watch for the big man. Would anybody take Ron Holland? Can't shoot. Nah, I'm okay. Doesn't move me. Doesn't move me. All right, one more time, we'll head through the tracker. And once that's done, we're probably going to sign off because it's been very, very quiet around here. We're probably going to sign off if we don't get another move. We're running through the tracker on the bottom of your screen. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon if you haven't already. And we will keep you guys updated with everything surrounding the Dallas Mavericks. They make a move, you will find out about it on the channel as I'll have a video out. And I'll also have it over on my Twitter, so make sure you go give me a follow over there. Would love to trade for Markkanen. I'd be cool with Laurie. We don't have enough to trade for him, though. I don't think we've got enough to trade for him. Oh, apparently the Lakers are going to meet with Kelly Oubre. Interesting. Very interesting. Don't know why they would do that. Hey, captains, appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for tuning into the show. I'm sorry that no moves have happened for us to really discuss here other than the Tim Hardaway Jr. signing. I really wish there were more moves for us to talk about, but there ain't. David, Colin Sexton, I would absolutely be in on as a third guard. He can score. He can shoot. Colin Sexton as a guard off the bench. Sign me up. Sign me up. JK, the Wolves will have interest in LeBron, according to Sam Amick of The Athletic. The Wolves are going to try to fulfill the pipe dream of signing LeBron in free agency. Will they be able to actually pull it off? That remains to be seen. But they are going to at least attempt a LeBron James signing here this summer. I don't think it's going to happen. I think LeBron ends up in Golden State. It'll either be Golden State or Cleveland for LeBron. It won't be Miami now that they made their move with Tim Hardaway. I don't think. Unless they're going to sign and trade Andrew Wiggins to the Lakers. Which I don't believe will be the case either. Dave McMenamin says the Lakers have discussed Tobias Harris as well. So the Lakers are busy with meetings. They're busy with meetings. But that's it. The Wizards are not interested in trading Anthony Davis and are not listening to trade offers for him, tells bum Mark Spears. The Wolves could find a way to do it. Will the Pacers do anything? I don't know if anyone does anything. Golden State or Cleveland aren't contenders compared to the Wolves? No, but they're more desirable destinations. Obviously, Cleveland, where he started his career with, where he won the championship in 2016. And then Golden State, they have another top 10 player of all time in Steph Curry on that team. Draymond Green, one of his better friends. Steve Kerr, a great coach who he won the gold medal with at the Olympics. Those are more desirable destinations for LeBron than Minnesota. Are they better contenders? Maybe not, but are they more desirable destinations where he can still contend? They are. Well, DP Flemings, while you are correct, there is absolutely nothing going on. That's the problem. There's nothing going on at all. That's the main issue. We have one signing in the first hour. One signing in the first hour. Wow. LeBron to Wizards. Trae Young. LeBron. Anthony Davis. My goodness. That would be ridiculous. AJ DeBonsa, Trae Young, LeBron, and AD. Crazy. I know what he said, that he wants to. I don't care what LeBron says, to be honest. Like, if his lips are moving, he's lying. If his lips are moving, he's lying. What do I know the Mavericks are going to do this offseason? I really don't know what the Mavericks are going to do. I tweeted that this morning. That's why you go give me a follow on Twitter at Jeff_Coop27. I literally tweeted, I have no idea what the Mavs plan or concept of a plan is. We're still waiting to find out an hour into NBA free agency. Still waiting to find out. Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors have been agreed to. That trade has been agreed to. We're contenders with LeBron? Are we? I don't know if we are. Kyrie, LeBron, flag. I mean, it sounds great. But are we actually contenders? I don't know about that. It is lame as hell, Castro. It really is. I'll be honest. I think we're about to sign off here in a few minutes. We're going to sign off here in a few minutes. Minnesota made a better trade for LaMelo than they could have for Kyrie. Oh, yeah, they gave up more for LaMelo than they would have for Kai. And the Mavs were never trading Kyrie to Minnesota. That just wasn't going to happen. Mavericks like Kyrie too much. They respect him too much. So they wanted to keep Kyrie on the roster and see how he plays alongside Cooper Flag. That's kind of where I see things there. All right. I mean, that's the end of our tracker, guys. So I think we're going to sign off. The Mavericks could be trading for Marcus Sasser here soon. They could be trading for Marcus Sasser, as Stein said they're a leading candidate to do so. But there is no concrete evidence that that's actually going to happen yet. So we'll see what happens. But that's going to do it for today's show, everybody. I appreciate you, as always, for tuning in to Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. There is nothing going on here in NBA free agency, so there's no point in us sticking around and talking about nothing. So we are going to sign off here. If the Mavericks make a move, we will have you covered here on the channel at youtube.com/MavsTV. So make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, and turn on your notifications, and follow me on Twitter at Jeff_Coop27. We're going to have you covered with everything surrounding the Dallas Mavericks here in NBA free agency. Appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys soon. And as always, let's go Mavs. See you guys later.